Hey guys, have you recently been seeing the action that's been going on with gold and you want to get in on it? You most certainly can. All you have to do is call this number right here or go to noblegoldinvestments.com. I assure you, it'll be worth your while. So again, go to noblegoldinvestments.com or call them at this number right here to get in on the action. Thanks guys, and enjoy the podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome one and all. We are here. This is True Reporting Live, my friends. I have an amazing guest today. This was a last minute thing that we wanted to do. I reached out to David Rodriguez. He says, let's go for the gold. That's what we're doing, my friend. David, welcome, my friend, to True Reporting.
How's it going, brother, man? Good to be here.
Absolutely.
Just to be clear, and I've said this before, you're like one of the last interviews I'm doing on this subject, man. So, let's go for it, because this is it. This is the last one.
Last one. We made it in, guys. So I'm stoked that we're all here together. If you haven't yet, please go ahead, subscribe, share. Guys, definitely hit the like button. If you have not hit the like button yet, you're late. You need to do it now, because this is going to be a banger, my friends, a banger. And we're going to talk about a lot of stuff today. A lot of people know of you. A lot of people don't know of you. So I think from the YouTube video you put out there, I think people were like, oh, wow, like this guy has a foot inside this realm, more than a foot, really, inside this realm of the elite. You came at us and you're dropping truth bombs. A lot of people are following you at this point. Can you tell us how like everything started off with you, like career-wise? You can speed it up if you want to before we get into the in-depth part of it all.
Yeah, well, I was a top heavyweight prospect coming up in the boxing world and the sports world. Turned pro when I was 21 and just was knocking out everybody. First round knockouts. I piled up more first round knockouts than anybody in the division. And I had that great white hype, and then I had the Mexican following. So I had that all that hype behind me when I was coming up. So and I was traveling all over the world to training camps, sparring with some of the best fighters in the world. And I'd be in Germany, or I'd be in I'd fight in Mexico, all over the States, and then go to different training camps in LA, Vegas. So I was constantly like a nomad, I was constantly moving around, fighting, piled up a record of 36-0, 34 knockouts, and just was riding this high horse, and just a cocky, arrogant fighter, like we all are when we're boxing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Not anymore, though.
Sure.
Been humbled. Been very, very, very humbled. But, and it was just a really exciting, emotional roller coaster of a career, man. And it all ended one night when I was coming out of a bar, celebrating my 6th heavyweight championship fight, getting ready to, make a bid for the heavyweight championship of the world. And I was walking out of a bar, and some thugs came behind me and slit my throat from my ear all the way to my lip, and all of this came off. And one of my friends saw it happen and came running, and at that point all the blood was pouring out of my neck. And like, I'm talking, it was kind of strange, because you do things you wouldn't normally do. Like I remember like all I remember is the blood pouring out of my neck and then trying to catch it. Like it was just the reaction I was having. Mm-hmm. And my friend came running to the side of me, and in my peripheral vision I saw him go like this, and they started viciously stabbing him as well. And he fell on top of me, and he really saved my life, because they would have just tried to finish me off. I was already, by all accounts, I was finished. I blacked out, I lost all my blood, and then woke up in the ambulance with paramedics full of blood and trying to save my life. And then that's all I remember. I just remember this really comfortable, warm feeling and just letting go. It was like a letting go feeling, and saying bye to all my family. And like, it was really humiliating to have had to go out that way. I remember thinking that. Then I woke up out of a coma I was in for a day or day and a half or something like that, and stitched up 369 stitches. Didn't see a sports therapist, sports psychologist, anything like that. Just went right back into the ring. Started training when I was even still swollen. And
a beast, son.
Yeah, well, it was just I didn't know how to handle it. I just wanted to be.
What year? When was your prime? Like, what years were your prime?
I think my prime was anywhere from 25 to 32. That was my prime.
That was your age, but what years was that? What years?
Oh God, 2000. Anywhere from 2005 to 2010 was my prime.
Nice.
So that was just a monster, man. I was killing everybody. And they were even calling me the Klitschko killer, man. I was reading all my own headlines. It was a crazy time, man. But all things go, man. All things end, and mine ended really traumatically. And it was a very humiliating time. I got knocked out on national television, and then lost 2 fights. Then came back, won my last fight, and then needed back surgery. That was the end of my career. Was the back surgery. So during that back surgery, I was laying in the bed and I wrote a book, and it's called When the Lights Go Out, and people can get it on Amazon. So I had to plug myself a little bit. I got to get something out of this, man.
Oh, bro, for sure. Yeah. When the Lights Go Out, hit it up right now, guys. Hit it up right now. Hit the like button. Follow David on Twitter at Nino Boxer, right?
Nino Boxer on Twitter, and then my YouTube is David Nino Rodriguez. I just started that back up again. I had no idea what I was doing until since I've been quarantined. I've been working on my social media.
Wow.
I had no idea that video was going to hit like that. I had no idea I was even going to put that out. So we'll get into that later.
We will, man. We will. So when was the attack? That was at 2010 or
2011.
Okay.
2011. Check this out. So 2011 was a very crazy year for me. I died twice. I flatlined in February, where I overdosed on drugs. I was partying hard.
Sure.
It was after another championship fight that I won. Went out, knocked out Matt Hicks. Went out partying with my friends in Dallas, and I took Adderall, took a handful of painkillers. I thought I was Superman. I thought I could do whatever. I was taking all these drugs, drinking. I was juggling extremes like you wouldn't believe, dude. I was juggling alcoholism and being a pro athlete. How I did that, I do not know. I look back and I think to myself, dude, that guy was insane.
Right.
And boom, fell out in the club. Someone gave me GHB. I drank that because I had no problem taking whatever.
Growth hormones?
No, GHB is a type of drug. It's like the date rape drug. It's like
like Molly or something?
Yeah. But no. Way stronger than Molly. It's like bodybuilders take it. I don't even know. You're supposed to take a cap full of it. I took the whole damn thing.
Jesus.
That's all she wrote. I was in the hospital. I was in ICU for 8 days. I remember when they brought me back. I remember in the emergency room, some blue light was going off, and the doctors were saying, all I remember is waking up and them saying, "Hey, we got him back. And I remember just looking at them and going, "Man, why didn't you just let me go?" And then that was it. They thought it was a suicide, so they had a 24-hour nurse there with me, or a suicide watch. And the year 2011 was just so crazy for me. And
this was after the stabbing?
This was before the stabbing. The stabbing was later that year. That was February, and then I went and won 2 championship belts. And then at the end of that year, I got stabbed. So that year was the most eventful year of my life.
A lot of darkness during that year.
Man, dude, I'm telling you, I didn't understand why I didn't die. I think I was trying to look for a way out. I'm not sure, but I've suffered with depression and all kinds of stuff my whole life. Being a fighter, it's a very tough, stressful business. And I was already predisposed to depression, anxiety, stuff like that. So I don't know, they just didn't mix well. And I'll be honest with you now, the man I am today, I'm so great. I had to go through that, I guess you could say. I had to go through those monumental changes and shifts to become a more peaceful person at the end of I came out of the other side. I'm 42 now, and I feel like I'm just much more peaceful. I'm at ease with myself. I'm comfortable in my own skin. I'm a lot more spiritual, and I do praise Jesus and God every day, and that I'm alive. And who that guy was back in those days, man, I wrote the book. During that time, I was frustrated and hated my career and hated everything that happened to me. So that book is really written by a guy that was just just letting go of everything onto the pages. So that book, if I had to write that book again, it would be different. It'd be a completely different book. What it is a raw manuscript of my life during that time of me making that transition out of it. Does that make sense?
Oh, absolutely. Would you ever think about writing a second?
Yeah, I wanted to write a book because I grew up in the El Paso Juarez border. So we grew up next to on Mexico. So I was, Juarez used to be the murder capital of the world, and it was crazy. I mean, it was a crazy upbringing, and we were alcoholics by the time we were 13, 14 years old, going to Juarez, going to the strip there and partying
Sure.
It was like 6th Street Austin, but for 13, 14, 15, 16-year-olds. It was insane. And we lived it up, and the experiences that I had there, I want to write another book called Border Boys.
That's great title. Great title.
Right? Yeah, just
it's catchy.
the upbringing for border boys is so different. Like I have friends in Laredo, Texas, and I have friends in El Paso, Texas, and we're all the same, and we all get along really well. It's a different upbringing, man, than the rest of the whole country. It's so unique. It's so different. You have a third world country that's vicious and dangerous at your disposal, and we lived it up. It was like our Vegas, and I wouldn't go there today for sure, and I would never go back there now, but during that time in the 90s and early 2000s, it was one hell of a place to be.
So, guys, if you're in the chat and you want to, super chat questions, you most certainly can. I'll stop the interview and ask David these questions. If he doesn't want to answer them, he's not going to answer them. But if he wants to, he will. So just make it, positive questions. If you want to ask him serious questions, you can do the same thing. Whatever you want to do, but we'll definitely get to it. We'll do it in real time. So a lot of people are saying, like right now, the first question, this wasn't a super chat, but do you know why you were attacked?
It could have been a number of reasons. I was an asshole, so I don't know. I take blame for it. Listen, I was in the wrong place at the wrong time, but I put myself in the wrong place at the wrong time. So I don't play the victim role. So, I did hear like from people that told me that I told them I told all of them I'd knock them out or something like that when they all surrounded me. So I kind of don't blame them for pulling out a knife, whatever they did. I don't know.
That's some sissy stuff, man. They're trying to pull out a weapon on you. These are the weapons.
Yeah, exactly. But listen, I was inebriated. I was drunk on my ass. I was just, I admit it. I mean, I was not living a good life, man. But I have to admit, I had to think back and I have to say it had to be because I was under so much duress. Mm-hmm. I didn't know how to handle this success that was coming with the boxing. I didn't get along with my trainer at the time. I wasn't getting along with my manager. And it was just a lot of stress. I had people around me that I couldn't trust. I had friends that weren't really my friends. I had this entourage of people that always, hey, champ, do this, champ. And it was just an illusion of bullshit that it's not like being an actor or a football player or something like that. Being a heavyweight champ is so different, man. It's just, it's a lot of pressure, man. And it's a lot of, it's just too much, man. It was too much on my psyche and I couldn't handle it. That's just all I can say. I wasn't mature enough to handle it. And a lot of guys can, but I was one of those guys that couldn't.
How many were on your team?
Friends or
just that group that would tour with you, that would go with you. How many were in that group?
Close knit people, about five close that I had close on my team. And then that's the inner circle, and then you had an outer circle of about 10, and then an outer circle of about 50 to 100 of people that were just at my fights and, hey, let's go, man. We're gonna, fans, and then that I knew of that were acquaintances, but they would go to the parties with me and just things like that. It was just an unrealistic life. But I thought it was real when I was going through it. I thought these guys were my friends. As soon as I lost, it's like they scattered like roaches when you turn the light on. They gone. I had nobody around me. Like they threw my ass out in the cold. It was crazy. Like it's really humbling to have it all and then go to zero. From hero to zero. Like it's the most humbling experience. Teaches you a lot about people and life.
Yeah, absolutely. Dude, that's crazy, man. And that's what these groups and trainers and managers and all these sorts of things, they go after kids. I mean, I assume at the time you were, in your 20s. I mean, that's like a kid to me. We know we're not too far. We're not too different in age. It's like they take advantage of that. Just like NBA rookies. That's why NFL rookies. These guys go bankrupt. White, black, Hispanic, whatever. They go bankrupt because they're taken advantage of. They're used. They make the cash and then they dip out and then they throw the athlete or the entertainer on their ass, on the side of the road, and then they're like, peace out, we're out of here. Because, in your case, which is awful, you were attacked, right? You were attacked, and they do go after people who they man, it's so sick. Like, and this, they go after people who they recognize substance abuse, and they're like, we can take advantage of this guy because he's talented, he's athletic, he's knocking people out left and right, he's making tackles, he's throwing 100-mile-an-hour fastballs, and then they build that up, and then they release you. It's really awful. It's very sadistic.
No, it's because people like to ride the wave, man. People,
right?
Like I was telling a friend earlier today that this is the best part of it. Like, I had an entourage of friends that would be like, that would fly into my fights, whether it be in Mexico or wherever it was, and they would always make it a point to tell me, Dave, man, dude, hey, I'm sacrificing my family to be here at your fight. That's how much I love you, man. That's how much I love you. I'm here. And then they'd be like, then we'd all be in the Hummers or in the limo, whatever, going to strip joints, and they'd be cheating on their wife, right? And I'd be taking notice of this. I'm like, whatever. I mean, okay. And then as soon as I quit boxing, as soon as I retired, I don't hear from them anymore. And then they'll call me and say, well, I'm a family man, dude. I got to take care of my family. I'm like, wait, whoa. You were a family man when I was fighting, and you were cheating on your wife with a stripper. Right. So it's just, you don't have that luxury anymore. I'm not providing you with that anymore. I'm not providing you with the fast women and the lights and the fighting and the crowd and that stimulation. So since I'm not providing that anymore, you won't leave your family for that.
Right.
It's like, you're only loyal as your options, dude. Like, I would tell them, I'm like, don't ever call me again. So I see through these people, dude. And that made me the most angry, is that these people that just hang out with you for their own needs, for their own necessities. You know what I mean? So yeah, it was you see a really ugly side of people and humanity, and it's all bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And you realize that now. Randy Jones, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm going to go through as we move on. I'll read these out to you as well. She says, I got on, in quote, California's arrest records today and found Thomas Jeffrey Hanks, age 63, Beverly Hills, California. Relatives Rita Wilson Hanks and 2 others. I've seen this, Randy Jones. There's arrest warrants out there for Ellen and so on and so forth, and we'll get further on into that. But Randy, I appreciate the super chat.
Too, and I'm wondering, is that even? I've heard it's real. I heard it's not real. I have not checked the records myself, so I don't know.
I checked the records, and the records are definitely. What's happened is when this whole pandemic came out, because most companies, whether it be a t-shirt company or a restaurant or an office building, they have a skeleton crew. So the same thing happened with the FBI, keeping these documents, these people who are getting arrested. So they actually shut down their database, and now no one can look at it. But you could look at it at the time, which is really strange. When we started seeing all of these celebrities come out with these videos, very strange. The way that it lined up. But we will get it more into that. Social Distancing Observer, thank you so much. He says, Nino, Pride of El Paso. That's right, social distancing. Thank you so much. Vicky Boyven, we see here, thanks for having this great guest on today. Vicky, thank you so much for the super chat. Healthy super chat, too. Thank you, Vicky, for your generosity. I greatly appreciate it. Denise Bolin, thank you so much. She says here, because this is she says, Denise Bolin. So we have, different names. Okay. Denise Bolin says, hi, Thomas and David. Great show. David, your testimony is so powerful, and God is using you to reach a lot of people. I can't wait to read your book. Thank you for speaking on behalf of the children. God bless you. That's Denise Bolin, if you want to do a shout out to her. That's really sweet of her.
What's up, Denise?
Yeah. Very nice of you. So do you think that? Do you think God's got his hand on you? Like, yo.
I've always been a God-fearing individual. I've always loved God with all my heart. So I'm a man that's after God's heart, although I'm a big sinner. And I've always admitted that to people. I've had my demons. I've had so many demons that I've named them.
Dude.
So, they're all over. So, that's why I quit drinking too, was because I believe drinking opens a portal to, that's why they call it liquor and spirits. Beer and spirits, whatever, because sure. I believe it's a portal to another dimensional realm that you allow yourself to be, temporarily possessed, whatever, by entities that are out there. And I firmly believe that. And once I stopped drinking, my life improved. And I couldn't really focus on God when I was a drunk. And when I say I was a drunk, dude, I was always the guy in the bar, like the biggest, loudest, biggest guy, laughing, and I had a lot of energy. I would either attract people to me or repel them. And I loved it. And it got to the point where I was drinking 3 times a week, just getting hammered with friends. And then one day I'm looking at myself in the mirror in the bar, and I just had this epiphany of me being 45, 50, still there doing that and being the washed up boxer that everyone's like, hey, there's the guy that used to fight. Yeah, he's a chump now, this and that. And I was like, that was just a reality I didn't want to deal with. So I was like, I left the bar at that moment, put the beer down. My friends didn't see me. I said I had to go to the restroom or something. Beelined it out of the bar and never went back. And that was it. That was the last drink I had. And that was 120 something days ago. I won't go back.
Wow. This is fairly recent, bro.
Yeah, I'm done, dude. I can't do it. I want to be a better man, and I can't be a better man when I'm drinking. I don't treat people right when I'm drinking. I do things that I would not usually do, and I'm just trying to be a better person. I'm not better than anybody. I'm just trying to be better, the better me.
What are you doing for filling the void?
Well, right now during this quarantine,
there's not much. What are you just doing weights? What are you doing? Swimming?
I'm getting in touch with my feminine side. I'm cooking. I'm gardening.
Okay.
Knitting blankets. No, no, I don't know. I'm trying to figure it all out right now, man. It's like I'm still working out, hitting the weights, stuff like that. But of course, it's not like a 24/7 thing that I used to do. I'm just trying to enjoy life a lot more now. I'm hanging out with my family, my sister, my niece, my parents, and it's just really just trying to get in touch with who I am. I've always been this boxer, and that's always been my identity. I never knew who David was. I never knew who that guy was, and I'm figuring that out right now.
Right. Dude, that's amazing, man. You'd be surprised at how many people that are within this movement, following Q, following just like the Great Awakening, stuff like that. A lot of people struggle. They were completely lost. I was completely lost. I found faith during this, man. I've gone through a divorce. I still struggle with a lot of stuff. And, that's why, I come here on this platform. The thing that I always say, you may not be familiar with it, is my platform is y'all's platform. So anybody in the chat, I opened up the phone lines. I was literally the first person, I believe the first person to actually open up phone lines. So anyone who's having a bad day or anyone who comes across some information, they can come on and share it with, thousands of people. And that's what we do here. So it's like, it's a positive atmosphere. It's comfortable. It doesn't matter. There's no cussing in the chat, but we could drop F-bombs, whatever we want to on camera. It doesn't matter because the algorithms don't pick it up. So we keep it just level. We keep it comfortable. That's just what we do. Bro, it's kind of crazy. Like right now, there's a lot of people saying they're from El Paso. Like, I didn't know that. Like, that's really cool. We can continue on, man.
They've always had a good fan base in El Paso, and they've always treated me really well. El Paso, the best city, dude. I love El Paso, man.
That's awesome, man. You got a lot of love in this chat. I can tell you that right now. Coming at us from Debbie Phillips Valentine. She says no questions. She just wants to say thank you. How sweet is that? David Hamrick, my man. What's up, David? I appreciate the super chat, buddy. Thank you so much. Elion Lee. I'm from El Paso. Partied in Juarez back in the 90s, he says. So, yeah, Juarez in the house. So let's Doug Murray. Oh, my bad. Actually, Jeff George. What's up, Jeffy? He says, thanks for your time. He said he needed this today. So, dude, that's what I'm talking about. This positivity. People struggle with stuff. Yeah. And guys, it's positive now. Dude, we're going to get into some dark stuff that we're used to on this channel. A lot of eyes see this, man. A lot of eyes see this. Doug Murray, he says, thanks you for the healthy super chat, my man. Thank you for your generosity. He says, Nino, fellow El Pasoan. He says, Texas proud. Where we go one, we go all. Yeah, Doug Murray's a big contributor to this channel and representing El Paso, so that's really cool, man. Dougie, thank you so much, my friend. Mel C, one of our mods, she says, just wanted to say prayers up for our fellow True Patriots, TRU Patriots. We've lost some extended True family. Sending love and light. Oh, Mel C, thank you so much, sweetie. I appreciate that. Elion Lee, back again, says, I'm from El Paso and partied in Juarez in the 90s. I suffered from similar ailments. Glad we made it out alive. I wonder if we ever cross paths. Small world. God bless you and your family. From Elion Lee. Very nice, very nice. Oh wow, massive super chat coming at us from Ida Wright. Unbelievable. Ida, you do not have to do that. Ida, thank you so much. She says, "Are children?" This is for. I'm going to toss this up to you. Are children really being rescued? She asks.
Yeah. From okay, so we could dive into that real quick. I don't know if I told you, Thomas, but I mean, the people that I know, they're very credible. Okay, so you got to understand that children are used as a currency. They are. It's really, and this is why I made this my last interview, because I didn't want to go. It's really disturbing to talk about this every day, and I have been.
Oh, dude, I've been talking about it for 3 years straight, bro.
It's so disturbing and it's disgusting and it's just it'll shake your soul, man. But yeah, they're used as currency. I'm just gonna spit it out real quick. And yeah, they're not. You know, there's third world countries that have these orphanages or halfway houses or whatever they're called that basically like farm these kids, and then the way they move them into the States is on these underground tunneling systems and bases and things of that nature. And it's such an elite high level that it's, if the people that are in such high places that use these children for pedophilia, for adrenochrome, for organ harvesting, for you know, a lot of these kids come with no birth certificate, so that they're more desirable if they're from third world countries, right? Because you can dispose of them quicker, you know. So it's not like they're going to be driving these kids through it's just like drugs. You're not going to be driving them through the border in trucks, have a bunch of screaming kids in the back or duct tape kids. I mean,
no,
that's not how they do it. You have to bring them underground. So use your common sense on that. Right now, from what I understand, huge missions right now being conducted to save these kids, and it's in the hundreds and thousands that these kids are in, and you're not going to hear about on mainstream. It's completely under the radar. They can't afford to have this stuff out there. I've been told that a lot of El Paso just had an earthquake, and I've been told that was a blast of an underground tunnel when they were finished down there rescuing the kids. So big missions going on, good people in good places doing things, and it's about time. You know, I can't, you know, due to the trust and confidence I have in my friends that I have, I can never give a source out the name. I can't do it. It's just, and also I'm brave, but I'm not stupid. I don't want to look over my shoulder every 10 minutes for, you know, I want to have a peaceful life. That life is done, you know, the boxing, the crazy stress, all that. Why would I want to jeopardize myself? I did not plan for this video to go viral. It wasn't something I planned. In fact, I had no idea what I was even going to talk about when I went outside and started mumbling talking to the FaceTime out there. I had like 3 people on there at first, and then it shot up to 40, 50, and I said what I said and ended it. I did not know this was going to go viral. So this is not something where I had ulterior motives or wanted to put myself out there. And once it did go big and hit viral, I knew that I couldn't just back off it and hide away, but I could do this in an intelligent way to where I don't reveal any detailed criteria to where I could put myself in jeopardy and or my family. So that's why I'm only doing this interview on this. And then after this, I'm shutting it down because it's very disturbing, and I don't want to keep hitting the wasp nest. It's not worth my life for anybody I know.
No, and everyone here, including myself, understands that. I know you said you weren't going to do many of these. I didn't know this is the last one. I'm glad we were able to.
I have like 2 more interviews, and I'm just going to touch on it a little bit, but I'm not going in depth like I am with you. You're the last one that I'm going in depth with.
Okay. I appreciate that, David. I really mean that. Thank you. Because people need to know. I mean, the more, like, because I believe in a collective consciousness, I believe that we're all one, and that if more people realize that, hey, I mean, this guy was in the social circles. That's what you told me, social circles of these people. You're hearing about it firsthand. And, you know, we spoke the other day for about an hour, and I was just like, wow, I mean, like, this is the first, you know, you could think of, I don't know if you know the name, Isaac Cappy. Do you know who that is?
Yeah.
Okay. So
long gone.
Yeah, long gone.
But
you're literally
names out there. He was throwing names. He was
throwing names. And you're literally maybe the 3rd or 4th person to do this, and you're not throwing names. So whatever.
I'm not touching it, dude. I'm not dumb. Like I
No.
said, I'm brave, but I'm not stupid.
Correct.
I'm not going after anybody. I'm not trying to uncover anything.
Correct.
Look, it was complete.
You're just validating it.
Right. That video went viral and I couldn't believe it. And that's it. I'm not going to touch on it after this video. I want to live my life.
I 100% respect that. So when you did that, so what that tells me is that people are looking, that this audience, not my audience, but the movement is waiting for anyone and anybody to be like, well, I experienced this, and then it just immediately goes viral. That tells me that the population circumference of this group is massive. It's massive that it can just, you know, a boxer comes out there, world heavyweight champion says, yo, rub shoulders with the elite. I was in these groups. I saw, you know, I heard of stuff about this firsthand, and now it just goes viral and blows up.
Yeah.
Dude, you can look at the comments on that video. It's like Q. Oh, it's just, you can see that these people, that's what they're following. So
yeah,
it's very interesting, and that's what tells me. It tells me that this movement is, they're waiting and watching. They're waiting on anybody to just drop a bomb, and then that's what anons do. They just research, which is so beautiful, dude. And dude, you should be proud of doing this. I mean, I understand that you should be slightly fearful because you're not dropping names, blah blah blah, like that. You're not. So it is what it is. But you should be. I mean, everyone here's like praised you, bro. Like this is a thing that people need to do, because not like you can have Joe Blow like me or anyone in the chat, but when you have like a world heavyweight boxer come on the show and say, yo, this shit's real, like stop denying it. Don't be in this.
It's cognitive dissonance. Like,
yes,
people just don't want to accept it, and it's because it's such a monstrous, horrible thing to imagine that people can be. I mean, we're talking about our own species eating itself. It's like,
yes,
it's complete. That's the end of the line. That's the termination of a species. When you start eating your young and killing your young, that's it for you. So that's why I believe, and I've heard that I believe that there's other entities involved in this. It's not just. I don't believe this is a human thing. I believe this goes way deeper, and that's way down the rabbit hole. And
we're all familiar with it though, so we can talk about it.
I mean, you know, so to me, it's like this goes into some really dark shit, and that will jar your soul. And I don't want to sound like a loony or a conspiracy guy, but let's just say, like, I don't feel like it has anything to do with that's worldly, you know?
Right. I get that, man. It's not worldly. Let's just go on the record and it's not.
No.
Tabitha Bevel, thank you so much. She said 3.5 years sober here. Keep it up, David. Absolutely. Cool. Lady Princey says 4 people here just lost loved ones. Guys, I was not watching the chat. I'm really sorry. This is a dark time for America. We are in confines of our own heads. You know, suicide can get prevalent. I don't know if it was that, but we are separated. Funerals aren't allowed. This is a very dark time in America. And just, guys, stay strong. Be safe. That's all I can say. And my heart goes out to those who lost loved ones out there. And it's awful. It'll break you down easy. But you have a great group to come to, a great meeting room. And we're all here for you. So I hope there's a lot of love in the chat, most certainly. We could keep going. From B Spain. What's up, B? She says, King David was no angel, but he was a man after God's own heart. None of us are perfect. That's who God uses. Love the stream. David, I'm telling you, buddy, we have great people in here that are just like, they'll just drop truth bombs like that, bro. All day.
Love it.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Love it.
Ilion Lee, back at it again. This lady, she's a lady. She said it in the chat. I saw it. Sweetie, she says, please read my complete chat. I'm not a guy, by the way. I read it. I read the complete one. Yeah, so she says you guys may have crossed paths. She says she grew up, threw down in El Paso and also in another place. Juarez. Yeah, Juarez. Yeah. Joey Stewart says, God bless you both and the mods. Mods all day. Thank you guys. For Mel C, Sunny Skies, and Shannon, thank you so much, Shannon, on always. And Seabass says, David, your sincerity jumps from the screen. I see it. God gave you a talent, yet I feel the best is yet to come for you. God will show you your path. God bless you. I'm telling you, David.
Thank you.
We got some warriors in here, my man.
You got some good people in there.
Yeah, man. Claire Lutz. She says, God bless you, 13 years sober last month. Wow. By the grace of God and AA, bless you on your sober future. It's amazing, she says. Claire, thank you. That's very sweet. Thank you for the generosity.
Thank you, Claire.
Sharon Bergstein, another big contributor, says, sobriety date, August 11th, 1994. She says, wasn't my worst drink, just my last drink. One day at a time, David. God has worked miracles in my life. Thank you for your testimony. She goes on to say that, God bless, you have thousands who love you here. Telling you.
That's amazing.
Dude.
That's so cool.
Yeah, bro. Douglas McCarthy comes in and it says, pack yourself a gun, and I hope you're packing. And they may have shift shapers is what he says. They may look like a buddy of yours, so don't let your guard down. Listen, man. Could be. There's demons out there that disguise themselves.
Absolutely they do, dude. And I think that I think that when I was I believe in vibration and frequencies, and I believe that when I was drinking, I was lowering myself to
You're smart.
a frequency that other people were attaching themselves to me. I was attracting the wrong people. And I put myself in jeopardy so many times. Nothing good ever happened from me drinking, dude. Nothing. I look back, I thought I could handle the alcohol. I thought I could do this. I thought I could do that. I had DUIs. I knocked a few people out on the street, like where I thought I killed them. Are
you tall? Are you tall?
6'5".
Jesus. Sure.
Yeah. But I used to fight crouched, so like I was real explosive, like boom, I was just very explosive. I had a Mike Tyson style type of fighting. My style was like that, so it threw a lot of guys off. But I had more of a Mexican style because I was raised in Mexican gyms and stuff like that. But yeah, dude, I mean, drinking never did anything good for me. It was just a constant. Sure, for every 3 or 4 good times I had drinking at the bar, I had one where I almost got in a fight with the cops. It's just crazy shit, man. Like it's over. Those days are over. They're over.
So I have a question for you. Being of like Hispanic heritage, learning how to fight in the Mexican style, a lot of trafficking comes from Mexico. A lot of trafficking comes from El Salvador. South American, those countries. Does that fire you up more when you see these busts and stuff, and that there's a border wall going up that's gonna stretch hundreds and hundreds of miles? What do you think about that?
That's interesting because I see both sides of it.
Okay.
To be honest.
Sure.
Many times I would stay with my friends in Juarez, and my friends over there used to be like little traviesos, dude. They were like troublemakers, and they'd go rob the train. I knew the guys that were jacking cars. I knew all the kids that were doing a lot of shit that was bad, like mugging people and stealing and shit. I knew all of them, and they were all my friends, and and when I go to the gyms in Mexico, they would tell me about the hit they did the week before and how much money they made. And so listen, they're poor, they're poverty stricken, and the way they make money is by doing that. And when you're poor, you'll do anything to eat. And when you don't have people raising you, and so listen, I see their side to a lot of stuff, bro. But yeah, when it's the cartels you're talking about, they're a different breed, man. They use children a lot too. Like they go and they find children that have been abandoned, in which they're all over the streets, the colonias and things like that. They pick up these kids and they start giving them drugs at an early age, and they teach them how to be societos or killers. They teach them how to be hitmen at a young age, and they just keep them on drugs. And
so like MK Ultra style, right?
In Mexico, right?
Yeah.
They do it, yeah. But it's the way they live over there. I have very much love for the Mexican people. I love Mexico as much as I love America. I'm an American first, always America first. but I have a lot of roots in Mexico.
Sure.
And it's sad to see that. I would like to see that country become a better place and be more, man, if they could just, it's just hard. It's just a corrupt system. It's so hard. But I mean, yeah, I've seen some shit there that would make people's heads roll, or like they wouldn't believe the stuff I've seen there. I've seen a lot crazier shit in Mexico than I've seen in Hollywood, that's for sure. But
do you agree with the wall?
Yes, I do. I do, because I'm an American first, and I want to protect my families, and we can't afford to have the riffraff that's happening over here. And I feel like I was an ambassador with Steve Bannon and his buddy Andy Badalato and
Steve Bannon,
Ryan Kofledge. Yeah, they all came here to do the We Build the Wall, and I got to sit down with them, and I've been around Steve a couple times. He's a great dude. I'm part of his War Room app, and I keep in touch with one of his right-hand men, and they're great people, dude. I admire the hell out of it. Steve is a general mind. Like, that guy is just, I have so
that's amazing, bro.
Yeah, he's cool. And they're all good dudes, man. They're all good dudes, and they just have the welfare of the American people on their mind. That's it. They're against human trafficking and drugs and things like that. And that's all the wall stops, because, dude, when they were building that little section of the wall, and I was there for 45 minutes at this one time when I went there when the sun was setting, or I was there for a time span of 45 minutes. There was 83 or 88 illegals walking right over, like no problem, like nobody stopping them, nothing, just walking right over. And they weren't even from Mexico. They were like from Brazil, Honduras. It was crazy, dude. It was just, and I was in 45 minutes, almost 100 people. I mean, people don't know how bad the border is, dude. They don't get it. They just don't understand it. And listen, a lot of these people are looking for salvation and a place to come and do that, but and be safe, but a lot are not. A lot are coming in here to take advantage of the system. To the children that are coming here with adults, they're not their parents. They say that their parents are not really their parents. These kids are recycled through the system.
Through the sex trafficking system?
Well, whatever system. The kids use the adults use the same kid and say, "This is my child. I'm here with him. We're seeking refuge," and then they let him in, right? Then the kid goes back and comes back with other parents. And it's just like these kids get recycled. They get deported and recycled. It's the way it is. It's a bullshit system. So the way the liberals use this is just like, is they're telling you like this much of what's really happening, mm-hmm. and blowing it out of proportion like it's 100% of the deal, when really 90% of the deal is a tragedy. The way these kids are being used, about the reality of the immigrants coming here, it's all false data and fake news, dude.
Do you think that when everyone was kind of talking about Soros and he was funding these mass migrant waves coming 100%. Up through, you would agree with that?
You think they're walking in sandals, dude? You think they're coming here in chanclas and walking 45 miles a day? How's that even humanly possible?
So they were getting bussed in, correct?
Hell yes, dude. People were filming it. It was all over the internet. I saw it.
I know. I want your firsthand take. That's what I want.
My buddy Anthony Aguero used to go there and film them coming in and then being put in motels, or halfway, or like houses, and like it was just ridiculous, dude. It's like, and then here in El Paso, you have these politicians that back it. It's a joke, man. I mean, Godspeed on Trump, dude. That's all I got to say, man. Take care of this.
Take care of it. Exactly. Guys, if you're enjoying this interview, please smash uppercut that like button. That's kind of crazy. We have a boxer on, and that's what we always say, uppercut the like button. So, yeah, go ahead and do that. I know you guys are enjoying this. This is a great interview right now. So please smash that like button. I would greatly appreciate it. We got a couple more super chats to go through. People got great questions, okay? So we got to do this. Christine Davis, thank you so much. She donates $1.99 and says $20. If you want to redo that, you can. If you don't, it's all gravy. Do what you need to do. Doc Schrum says, I tried to get your info about Jade Helm. Is he talking to you about this? I'm not sure. / Oath Keepers, a super great show. Where we go one, we go all. Is he speaking to you about that? Because I do not know about Jade Helm. What's that?
I don't know. Who's Jade Helm? Who's that?
I don't know. Doc Shrum, I don't know who that is, my man. Let me know. Brooke Mathis, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, where we go one, we go all. We are the movement. Thank you, David. Absolutely, Brooke. Thank you, sweetie. I appreciate it. Deborah Piccolo says, demons take you where you don't want to go and keep you longer than you want to stay. 64 years old and awake. Deborah's always in the chat. Mikey D has an interesting question. He says, David, do you know Tito Ortiz, MMA?
Yeah, I've met him a couple times in Huntington Beach, and he trains with my my good friend and Jason Perillo, who holds the mitts for me. So I've met Tito, I don't know, 2-3 times in Orange County at the gym there at RBCA gym, Ruka gym, Pat's gym. So I've met him a couple times, 2-3 times. He's a nice guy. I can say that I liked meeting him, and he was cool, down to earth guy.
Excellent. And after this one, Ilion Gray at back. This lady's loving it. Spiritual awareness is a beautiful thing. God bless you, David. Absolutely. And Brooke Mathis back at us again says Godspeed. Thank you both, Elion and Brooke. Very sweet of you. Thank you. So let's go ahead and get into the nitty gritty. All right. So you just said that you would train in Southern California. You would train.
I was training in LA. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. Tell me.
Okay. No. Yeah. I would train in LA. I would go spar with I'd be in Vegas, or I'd go to LA and spar with James Toney, Hasim Rockman, LeBron Brewster. I mean, I would just baseball with all those guys. So I was always in LA, and then I'd go down to Huntington Beach and train with Tito's trainer, Jason Perillo, would work me on the mitts, and Jesse Reed would work me there down in Orange County. And I was back and forth, Orange County, LA, Vegas. I mean, that little triangle,
Mm-hmm.
You know, the devil's triangle.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I was there for years, man, years. Yeah, it was crazy. It was a fun time.
How long did you live in California?
Oh, I mean, I was never straight through. It was always broken up. I would always leave there, then go to Houston, then be in Austin a little bit, then go fly out to. So it was like, for the band, honestly, like 10-year span, I was back and forth everywhere.
Yeah.
So I was in and out of there all the time. But I did live in Huntington Beach and LA. Geez, probably 2 years straight, I guess. I had to put a time on it. Yeah, around there.
When did you first become, let's use the word awake, when you started to become aware of this? And what made you aware of it?
But here's what made me aware of it. I'd hear some really weird shit, you know, and I would, you know, like stuff that just didn't vibe right. And my sister was an actress, and, you know, she did some off-Broadway stuff, and she'd always tell me some crazy stuff, parties she went to, nothing crazy.
In New York?
Yeah, New York and stuff like that. Yeah, exactly. How do you know? Off-Broadway. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, off-Broadway was the key word.
You do your research. So I don't know. So it kind of made me aware of everything. And I'd go like in Vegas and LA, and I'd just hear things, and I'd be around circles and fighters, you know, like a lot of athletes hang out with actors, and actors hang out with athletes because they both kind of grease each other for shit, you know, like actors just always wanted to be, it's kind of weird. Like actors always wanted to be athletes. Athletes always want to try acting.
Sure.
And it goes, you know, it's just kind of
hand in hand.
Yeah. So, I spent much time at the Playboy Mansion. I've done a lot of things. I'm not bragging about it, but I've been in those circles, and that was the funnest time of my life, was going to the Playboy Mansion.
Oh, sure.
So a lot of debauchery. You know, and listen, I had some great times, but yeah, you get around people that are fucking weird, dude. I mean, I'm sorry.
So when though, like what was like?
When was I awake? Oh,
yes,
probably 15 years ago. 15 years ago is when I started.
In your early 40s right now?
I'm 42 right now, so yeah, I would probably have been about actually 27, probably around there is when I started waking up, and maybe even before that, man. Actually, no, before that, probably around I was 25, 24. I just started. I'd be in training camp, and I would just start looking into shit because I would always be bored, you know. I'd wake up and run, go train, come back, and have all this time on my hands, and I'd have to go to sleep early, but I'd be up on the computer watching stuff and being like, that makes sense, like that goes hand in hand with what that guy said or whatever, you know. And then started waking up and starting taking notice of this. So I would have never woken up. I would have probably just always dismissed everything. But since I woke up so long ago, I paid attention to everything, like very keen.
That's crazy. Like when someone becomes awake, like I'm awake, I struggle with stuff all the time. Like that's just some people's personalities are just that way. Like it's just you could be well aware of everything around you and you're just like, man, I'm really effing up right now. Like this, and you're like, it'll get better tomorrow, and then you pray on it and you try to get better and you do get better, and then you have a slip. 2 steps forward, 1 step, or 1 step forward, 2 steps back. That's just what happens, bro. It happens with me all the time, bro. It happens to me all the time. So that's crazy. So you're in your prime, you're awake, you're still aware of these things, and you hit hard times in 2010, 2011, and you're awake at this point, bro. Like 2011 wasn't that long ago. 9 years ago is not that long ago. And
it amazes me that I survived that year, dude. I swear to you.
Well, I mean, you got your neck slit. I'm surprised you survived as well,
Yeah, it was off. Like all this was gone.
Bruh.
I mean, it was just gone. The doctor showed me before and after before picture, and it made my stomach turn. I couldn't believe that.
I didn't know what that was. I see it in your pictures. Yeah. I didn't know if you were born with it or what.
Vertebrae, you could see everything
Jesus.
Internally. It was gnarly, dude. It was.
Yeah, that's brutal, bro.
I'm
glad, dude. And again, everyone in the chat's just like, yo, you're here for a reason. Like, just you can show up for 2 weeks and be like, yo, it's real, and then dip out. That's your mission. That's your mission for the time being. Obviously, you have your family and all that kind of stuff as well, which is more important than what you're doing here. But you're touching.
Which is funny you say that. Like now that I'm getting older, like 42, I've always told everybody, like, I'm not gonna be ready to have a family till I'm in my 40s. And now, like, I'm thinking about it. Like, this is the time where I'm like, man, it's time to. This quarantine also made me think like it's time to slow my roll, man, and just settle down. And because that stuff doesn't do anything for me anymore. The fast life, the
partying,
popping bottles and models, none of that crap. Like I don't care about that anymore. It's just so gone. It's not even in my realm.
In your being.
Nah, it's gone, dude. It's gone.
Dude now. Right. So you're in California. You're training and everything like that. This is in the beginning of your career, or when were you in? I know you were in and out of California.
Kind of the beginning, middle.
Right.
Would have been 2000, probably 2005, 6, 7, around there. Yeah, 2004 to 7, yeah, somewhere around there.
2004 to 7. You're in California. You're training and everything like that. When did you start rubbing elbows, getting in social circles with entertainment and people
as soon as I was like 15 and 0 and like going to parties and stuff, you just attract certain people to you. That's just the way it is. It's the nature of the beast. It's just the way it is. When you're a hot prospect coming up, just people talk about you. It's just natural. Just people want to be around you and say, hey, what's up? Respect your career, blah, blah, blah. And it's just the way it is. And you meet people that introduce you to these people, and it just goes like it's just a chain effect. That's all it is. I'm not bragging about it. Let me tell you something.
No, dude, you're humble. I get that.
If there's people that I cannot any day of the week, any day of the week, I much hang out. I'd rather hang out with a normal, average Joe than a celebrity, dude. They are so entitled and so narcissistic. It's disgusting, most of them. There's a lot of good ones. I've hung out with a lot of good ones, but
what's the biggest star you ever met?
Ooh. Jeez.
That you were just kind of taken back. You're like, oh, shit.
A good friend of mine that I'm still in touch with now.
Really? You can't say, but...
I mean, probably the most respected that I have respect for.
That's a good word. I like that.
Because I don't look at it like that. They're all big stars. But to me, my dearest friend is probably the guy that played Jesus on Passion of the Christ, Jim.
What?
To me, yeah, he's probably the best one. Then that guy's legit.
Isn't that kind of like crazy? Like the guy that played Jesus in a movie is like your
dude. When I met him, bro, when I met that guy, we were in San Clemente, and I was with his agent. Brought him. Like they're on their way somewhere, and the agent stopped to meet me because I was going to do some kind of like I was gonna go to some surfing contest, and I needed or some surfing thing in Huntington Beach, and I needed tickets or something, and the guy was gonna stop and meet me to give me. I don't remember what the thing was, but he was with Jim, and Jim came in, and we sat down in San Clemente, and we started talking, and Jim looked kind of aggravated, like he didn't want to be there. But as soon as we started talking and vibing and shooting the shit a little bit, he relaxed, and the next thing you know, we're hitting it off, man. We're like, all of a sudden, he's like, dude, come to my house. He's like, come to my house tomorrow. We're gonna cook out and blah blah blah. I live in Malibu, and I was like, yeah, man, hell yeah. And the whole time we're talking at this restaurant, it's a candle lit dinner. It's just me and him talking. There's a candle, a glass of wine each, and a loaf of bread. I was like, dude, this is too real.
Yeah. That's real. That's a great story, dude. That's a great anecdote.
Yeah, and then I went to his house the next day. We hung out, man, and then we just hit it off, dude, and we became friends ever since. And that's probably, to me, like the biggest one, because he had such an impression on me, and the fact that he was a real guy, like in the sense that he was really religious and a good man, like a good man, like.
So I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying? Like, he's the real deal. Like,
right. So that's what that.
Out of Hollywood, right?
Correct. I see what you're saying, because the other ones are, you can meet. I mean, you can meet. I'm just gonna throw out names. You can meet Brad Pitt. You can meet Jim Carrey. You can meet Robert De Niro, and be like, these guys are all the same low par because they're pieces of garbage. But this guy was genuine. This guy was a good dude, and you're like, you hold him at a high respect.
Right.
And, I get what you're saying, bro. That makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
Well played with that answer.
Yeah, he played the greatest role there is.
Yes.
And so they blackballed him in Hollywood. And then the crazy thing about Jim is that he, he got struck by lightning on set,
bro. I would like, if you guys in the chat. I mean, you may know David. I don't know, but guys in the chat, if you want to research where that was filmed, I would like to know. Also, a person who's been blackballed, the director of that movie, Mel Gibson.
Yeah, Mel Gibson too.
Who also said that the elites were eating babies.
Right. Yeah. Oh. Okay. So there's a movie coming out called Sound of Freedom. I believe that's the movie that Jim's going to be in, and he's playing Tim Ballard.
Jim Caviezel. I know that name. That's what. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Jim Caviezel is actually playing Tim Ballard in The Sound of Freedom, and it's coming out, I don't know when, but he sent me the trailer, and I asked him, I go, can I put this out? And he goes, yeah, share it. And then I shared it, and then we put it on Twitter, and then it went nuts, and then it got like blocked, like they needed a password after like 30 minutes, like 20-30 minutes. Is like all of a sudden you need a password, and then I think someone, I don't know, I mean, it went all over the place, but. He's playing Tim Ballard, who actually is the real deal superhero, man. This guy's a real hero. He goes in there and saves the kids out of these pedophile rings. Like, this guy does it, like, legit.
So you think this?
It almost makes me uncomfortable that people say, like, oh, you're a hero. You're gonna go down in history because you brought this out in the open. I'm like, dude, I'm a nobody. This guy's the real deal. Like, this guy does this shit. Like, he goes in there and saves these children. Like, Tim Ballard does this. So that dude. There's no amount of respect I can tell you I have for this guy. It's enormous, and Jim is the one that's playing his role. It's playing him in the movie.
People are saying it in the chat, like right as you're saying it, because they're 2 minutes behind us. They're 2 minutes behind us, so they are saying it when we said Jim Caviezel. They're like, yeah, we know about this too. So that's crazy, bro. And they're just saying like he's a great guy. And I'm gonna get to some more super chats here.
Amazing human being, dude. I am so privileged to know that guy.
A lot of people are saying the trailer's incredible. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that probably shouldn't be out there.
Oh, what do you mean the trailer? Was it like released too soon?
I don't know, man. I don't.
Was it leaked?
Told me to share it. Huh?
It was leaked.
I think so. Yeah, I think.
What? When does this come out?
I don't know. I don't know when.
We don't know, dude. A lot of people in the chat are saying they've seen this trailer.
Yeah, it's gonna be an amazing movie. I'm stoked to see it. Hopefully, they're,
But David, that's what the fuck Hollywood should be, is about this stuff. If you're gonna do a documentary, don't do it on like, what is that movie? I don't know. I'm gonna say like Black Hawk Down or something like, or the one about Benghazi. Like, it was so wrong, betrayed wrong. Sniper with, what's his name? Bradley Cooper.
Chris, the guy, yeah.
Yeah, portrayed wrong. They're not doing it right. And this is why people are like putting out these documentaries and movies, and they're like putting like real people who can fund it on their own, who have a lot of tons of money. They can fund their own movies and put out real truth. And people are like, oh my God, like this is crazy to watch this, because as well as, you know, you and I know, and, you know, 2,000 people in the chat right now, they know that this really is going on, which is, you know, dude, I'm going to go see that movie. I mean, I can't imagine how good it is.
There's a lot of people that claim they're awake or they're woke.
Yeah.
You can't be woke and just say, I'm a light. I bring light and this, what other horse shit. You gotta,
right.
You gotta see the darkness, dude. You know what I mean? It's
dude, like, trials and tribulations, and then you get on the other side.
Right. You gotta see that side. You can't ignore it. Just conveniently ignore it. Like, oh no, I'm at my own positive vibration. You gotta know that it exists. First of all, we're here to help other people.
Exactly. And American Sniper. Exactly, Brooke.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yep. So, I mean, you got to know this ugly side of things exist. And I think this movie Sound of Freedom is going to be amazing, dude. I can't wait to see it, man.
Sound of Freedom. I guess it's on YouTube or something. Go, guys, check it out.
And I know, and Out of Shadows was a good one too. So I know you don't want to. But
yeah, we won't dabble in that. But yeah, Out of Shadows hitting grand slams, like 8 million views in maybe a week and a half.
I think it's like 12 million now or something.
12 million. That is insane.
Like I don't know.
I'm telling you. Let's get to some super chats, and then I want to go a little. I want to inch a little further. So we can see here. Let me see. We'll scroll up. So Cody. Good old Jack Burton. What's up, good old Jack? He says, while forced vaccinations are becoming a common topic, where's Robert De Niro, the outspoken vaccine skeptic, a contributor to the Vax documentary? 100%. He's a fucking bum. He's a bum. And a really dark human being, too.
Love Robert. He used to be my favorite actor, man.
Mm-hmm.
And now
a lot of people's favorites.
And I just can't believe it. Ugh.
It's bad, man. Dark souls. Cody Daigle, it got cut off in the end, but they says, you both are amazing, Cody. Thank you so much. And so is this movement. How can we encourage others to speak up? Do circles of good people on the inside that can't wait to jump ship exist? We need to elect these people. I agree. I hope that's what it means in the end. Do white hats exist on the inside?
I don't know. I can't answer that. I just know that there's something being done about it right now, but I don't know if there's good people I don't know, dude. That part I don't know. There's good people in Hollywood, but I think they separate themselves from the shit people. I don't know how that works, man. I don't make movies, so yeah, that's out of my own.
All right, Cody, there you go. It's out of his element, but, you know, answered fairly. Kanish says, much love. Thank you, Kanish. Appreciate it. Christine Davis, thank you. You guys are heroes. Please stay safe. Absolutely, Christine. David is a hero. Ozdog, my buddy from abroad, I believe from Australia. Perillo seems awake. A good guy and life coach. Perillo? Do you know who that is?
Jason Perillo. Yeah, that's my boy, dude. He is.
Okay.
He's very awake. Jason's the man. I love Jason.
There you go, Ozdog. There you go. Yeah, I didn't know who Perillo was. That's awesome.
You need to get him on your show, bro. He's one hell of a dude, man. He's sober now, and he was a drunk.
Yeah, says a good guy and a life coach. So Ozdog knows what's up.
We used to go out drinking together. Yeah, that guy's cool.
American or Aussie?
Who, Jason?
Yeah.
Oh, he's American.
Oh, is he?
He trains Tito and he trains Bisbing. He trains Cyborg. He trains all the UFC tough, all the champions and all them.
Okay, that's what's up. Royalty for Amy Grace. That's a new name, Royalty. Thank you so much. Says, thank you for being so brave. God definitely has his hands on you for a purpose. Prayers for you and your family. God bless and Trump 2020, son. Absolutely. Sun Shenanigan 1. Thank you so much. Talk about the UFOs. I am the one that noticed the 369 stitches last week. Tesla baby. Good luck with your sobriety. I'll be praying for you. Does that mean? Is that sentence mean anything to you?
Yes. Yes, I was on the Paranormal channel the other day, but
what? Okay.
I don't know if this hits this crowd, but no, yeah.
We could touch on that. Sure.
Okay, I'll be quick.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, but we were talking about that on the Paranormal channel, but yeah, January and February, I was with a girlfriend of mine, and we were driving through New Mexico, going up to Ruidoso, and dude, like, and she's a witness to me. She's a witness. She saw it. We're walking out of Chili's. Was it Chili's? Yeah, Chili's, and we're walking to my truck, and then in the sky were these lights. Like it looked like it was forming a constellation. And then they turned off, and then they formed a different constellation, and then they turned off, and then formed a different constellation. And then I was like, oh my God, take your phone out, let's get this is crazy. She took her phone out, and then they just stopped. So then when we get in my truck, I'm like looking like, damn, where'd they go? That was crazy. We were both all excited. And as we're driving through the mountains, boom, they appeared over my truck again. And that was just insane. And then when she tried to pull out her phone again, it's like they consciously knew it was crazy. Like they just turned off again. So that was like I guess that would have probably been December maybe. And then January or February, we were walking outside my house. We were just taking a walk. It was before this quarantine, some January, February sometime. And we're walking, and then man, some lights appeared to the right of me when we were walking. And I go, look, there's those lights again. And we looked, and sure as shit, man, there they are again. And we're looking at them, but we didn't have our phones on us because we were just walking with no distractions or anything like that. And I was like, look at that. It was amazing, all these formations they were making. And then they just disappeared. And that's my little story, and it was cool. And
well, to end on that's amazing, dude. But I want to say to end on that is, from what I've read, if you see it, you're supposed to see it. They want you to see it. That's just what I've heard.
Too. I think so too. But what was so crazy was that when we pulled out the phone, it was like boom, it just went black. Like what? Like instantly. Like
right.
Like they knew. Like it was so crazy, man. So crazy. Yeah. I mean, she can vouch for me, dude. Her name is Megan, and she was there with me and twice. And I was like, dude, I thought she was weird. I was like, dude, I've never seen these before like this. You're the one. I was like,
yeah, bringing this around.
Yeah, it was insane.
Okay, so you're in LA, you're training and everything like that. Did you ever witness anything outside of LA that you were just like, oh my God, like? So was the first experience in LA? Or the only experiences was in LA?
The weird people? Like, yeah, LA. It's all LA. I can't say anything outside of there. Yeah, it's always been in that.
Not New York?
No, every time I went to New York was to visit my sister, and we would just do like tourist stuff. LA was more like, or I'd be at these parties and like the Playboy Mansion, and then meet people and just hear things, and I'm just like, what? Like, just yeah, I just.
Anything weird at Playboy Mansion?
Listen,
I mean, we know what goes on in the Playboy Mansion, but I mean, yeah. from what Q has told us and all sorts of stuff, like we understand that it's I can't.
Time of my life.
It's right, yeah, I understand that, but it's ran. It's used for blackmail. We know that that's what it's used for. 3-letter agency, CA. Can't say that word, but A.
I mean,
yeah, and that's what it's used for, to blackmail people. And, I guess Hugh Hefner was part of that group. And that's what's in the movie of Out of Shadows.
He was like sick inside the house or something. He was starting to get ill a lot during that time. Mm-hmm. And he wasn't outside, but I was like in the grotto, and I did it was just a fun time, man. I met a lot of people there that are still my friends to this day. So, but yeah, I mean, those are the type of parties I was going to in LA. And I think that also killed my boxing career, because when you start, it was like a premature success. I don't know how to explain it, man. It was like,
do you think demons were breaking you down because they knew that you were going to be a success?
Are you kidding me? I was a demon. I was into all kinds of shit. I was a loose cannon. I was drinking. I was womanizing. I mean, which everyone loves women, right?
Oh yeah, man.
But I mean, nothing was stopping me. Let's put it that way. There wasn't that voice inside my head that was saying, hey, this might be not, don't do this, don't do that. I just had a line drawn, like when something was weird, that I wouldn't do it. Like when I would get invited to like certain parties, or like when guys would approach me to like, have sex with their wife or something, like swingers and stuff like that, I would be like, nah, it's cool. I'm not doing that. Or like, hey man, or like I remember I got a card from somebody one time like, hey, I think you'd be interested in this party, but are you affiliated with any groups, or do you know this person or that person? And I'd be like, what are you talking about? Like just, and then someone would come up and tell me like, hey, don't be around that guy. He's not good, dude. Like you don't want to be around that dude. Like, and he's a powerful guy in Hollywood or something. And
So you told me this.
Everyone wants to further their career. And I was always thinking like, man, I could just drop boxing and not get hit in the head anymore. And maybe I'll go into acting, you know? And then you start schmoozing with those type of people that can get you places. And then I just changed my mind real fast because I started hearing about some weird shit. And I was just like, nah, it's cool. I'm not going to do that.
So you told me, and no names, nothing like that.
Dude, I can't. Like I said, I'm brave, but I'm not stupid. I mean, I put a flashlight on this, and that's all I'm willing to do. I don't want to go into names.
No, I don't want you to go into names either. But what you told me, you said that you were at a place. You were at a place, and you said that a guy came up to you and said something. Do you want to go to an after party after this group? You said it was like a red carpet event, and then the dude turned away. You kind of looked away, and then I guess another gentleman came up to the guy who asked you if you want to go to an after.
He came up with a guy. He came up with a
yeah. He came up with a guy, and what did he say?
Director. He was a famous director, and he came up with a
famous director.
Yeah. I didn't know who the hell he was until someone told me, but older guy, and then he came up with like a really young dude, and they were talking, and then when I looked away, they said some very obscene stuff about me that they wanted to do to me. And I heard,
or you wanted to do to them, right? Like it was like they're like, yeah, do you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to go into details on the show, but
no. But I mean, people. Yeah, but I mean, this is how creepy and gross these people are.
Yeah.
They're they're deviants.
Just, yeah, and then that's just kind of how they bring you in. You know, you start doing. They see what your limits are and how far you're willing to go, and they test you out. And then
they'll be like, "Yeah, you wanna?"
I mean, how far do you want to take your career?
There you go. Do you want to swing, and then you want to bang my wife, and then do you want to? Hey, this girl looks a little young. Yo, what's up with this? Is it you? Are you interested?
There you go. Yep.
So you told me one thing. We don't have to talk about it.
Yeah,
you can just say,
I don't want to, oh, dude, it's uncomfortable.
Yeah, I know. So I want to say one thing. You can just say no, but. You said that one time there was a guy, or that you were at a place, and you said don't go to that party. And you said a friend of yours who was, or
he just told me what things happen at that dude's parties, and I
children.
said, I go, really? Yeah, and I said I don't want to know about that. I go, that's crazy. I go, did you do anything about it? He goes, bro, I tried to leave. I couldn't leave. They made me stay, and this and that. And it was really gross, and I was like, dude, I don't want to know anymore. I don't want to know anymore, and honestly, I don't want to talk about that anymore.
Okay, well, we're not going to talk about it. So after that, you were just kind of like, were you so shook? You're like, I'm done with this.
Yeah, that was probably like 10 years ago, a little less maybe, but probably about God, I've been retired 5 years, so maybe longer than 10 years ago. And yeah, I mean, you just do. Everybody hears shit in Hollywood, man. I'm not the only one. Everyone hears this. I mean, you talk to any celebrity, they're going to tell you the shit they've heard. I mean, you hear people doing shit, and that's that. I just rather not talk about certain people or whatever, and just it's disturbing stuff, man.
No, it's very dark, and it's from firsthand happening to you is extremely. That's such a. First off, it's very detrimental to your soul to hear something like that because you're taking it in. You're just hearing about this firsthand. You're like, Jesus, like this is absolutely real.
And to be honest,
you're in the belly of the beast too, David.
And that far back in time, I don't even remember vaguely the name of that person they were referring to anyway. So to be honest with you, I just remember like he was some director, this and that or whatever, and I was like, oh. But I mean, but this is nothing like out of the. What I'm saying to regular folk that are listening right now, they're probably like, oh my gosh, wow. But this is normal shit in Hollywood. People hear this stuff all the time. You can go anywhere and people are like, yeah, I've heard of that or this or that. This is nothing out of the ordinary. Like people hear of this stuff.
Yeah.
Of weird stuff. I mean, Holly weird. That's the reason they call it Holly weird.
Right. That's I'm gonna and I appreciate you going that deep. I didn't know if you were. I was like, I don't want to make this dude uncomfortable. We'll stop.
I'm not gonna go into some water I can't swim in, Yeah.
No, and I 100% agree with you, bro. We have good questions, man, and then we're gonna open up the phone lines. So let me catch back up because a lot of people are asking questions here. Let's see. Yes, Denise Bolin. Denise, thank you. Says Jim Caviezel. We will portray Timothy Ballard, the founder and CEO of Operation Underground Railroad. He is a true man of God. Played the Savior himself. Crazy. Thank you, Denise. We have one that can see. Thank you. We have one with a big super chat. The all-seeing eye of QAnon. Peace and love for David Rodriguez all day long, baby. All day long. Social Distancing Observer, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, do you think late night talk show hosts and celebrities are mind controlled? That's a good question.
Hell yes. I think all of mainstream media is mind controlled. I mean, the shit they pump out is just, I have a hard time even believing that they believe it. I mean, look, they're just drones, dude. I look at them, I don't even look at them as humans. You know what I mean? I look at them as just controlled drones.
Yeah.
They're just not even, they're like human waste.
Right.
I don't watch them, dude. I don't watch it.
Oh God, it's sickening.
This, MK Ultra and mind control, like they think they're being funny and they get a script and they're shooting it out there and they're controlling the masses with this garbage that they're feeding you. I don't watch them. I refuse to watch them. I mean, I talk to people that are like, oh man, I'm very well informed. I watch CNN and I'm like, oh my God, I want to barf. I'm like, dude, you're so far off the scale that you don't even know. I won't even talk to you. I'm not going to go and try to teach you the ABCs when I'm reading at a college level. I can't do it, dude. You're just at that level. I just can't talk to you. And I think we all feel that way.
Right.
People that are like supposedly informed and they get their shit off the TV. Can't talk to those people. I don't talk to them anymore.
I understand. Yeah, cognitive dissonance. Christy Shea. Thank you, Christy Shea, sending in the super chat. Thank you so much, Christy. Jeff George, great question. Does David know Eddie Bravo? Eddie's really cool. Yes, he is. You know Eddie Bravo?
I've heard of him. I don't know him.
He's boys with
Joe Rogan, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
He gave me a shout out too on Joey Diaz? You ever heard of that comedian?
Nick Diaz?
No, Joey Diaz, big guy.
Joey Diaz, the guy that talks about cocaine all the time.
Yeah. So really cool. One of my highlights of this career, Eddie Bravo was on Joey Diaz and shouted out True Reporting. Crazy, son.
Oh, cool.
I was like, that's amazing. It blew me away. Never talked to that guy before, so I was pretty blown away by that. Gary Huey. What's up, Gary? Says, hey, David, this may sound crazy. I believe God has made you a platform to be the heavyweight for governor of Phoenix.
But I'm in Texas.
Yeah, Gary's. Yeah, he's in Texas. Would you do anything political though?
Nah, no way, dude. Because I mean, I thought about it, and
it's like more indoctrination, you know.
Yeah, dude. So El Paso, right? So this is Bethel land, Bethel O'Rourke. Like everyone here has a bumper sticker, and nothing says to me, and I'm gonna say this, but I feel like this, I really do, and it's gonna be. Nothing says low IQ like a Bethel sticker on your car, dude. I can't do it, and it's everywhere. It's like everyone here. I think it's the Dallas Cowboys or something. Like they follow this guy, and I'm like, dude, his policies are insane. He's basically a communist. How do you even subscribe to this douchebag?
Yeah.
And then like I called them out, dude, and my article went on the Zet, or is it LifeZet?
Mm-hmm.
LifeZet. Yeah. I wrote an open letter to that guy and just called him out and just said, dude, you're a punk. And we've hung out with the same type of circles of people in El Paso, and man, they're all liberal, but dude, I can't stand that dude. I hate everything he stands for, dude. And he's a nice guy. He's cool to talk to and stuff, but I could be decent around him, but I can't stand what he stands for, dude. I hate it.
Yeah.
And that's El Paso. El Paso loves that guy.
Mr. X in the chat says, that's how I heard about True Reporting was through Eddie Bravo. Hey, Mr. X, welcome to the show, man. Welcome aboard. Social Distancing again, back at us. Says, who was the weirdest celebrity you've ever met? Weirdest.
That's easy, dude. That's easy. Mickey Rourke.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. The wrestler, right? No, am I wrong?
Yeah, but he's cool. He's like really cool dude.
I heard he was cool. Yeah.
Yeah, he's cool. He's like, hey, well, bro, you know, this and that. But man, he's a strange dude, man. He's different, man. But he's real. I mean, he's who he is.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's the most. I'm not gonna say weirdest. I'm gonna say most eccentric.
Eccentric. Yeah, I get that. I've heard that. I've heard that from actually.
Put him down because he's a nice guy. He's a cool dude.
I've actually heard that from
He treated me with nothing but respect.
That's dope, man. I know Fred Willard. I don't know if you know who that is. Fred Willard. He was in Austin Powers. He was in Modern Family. He was in a ton of stuff. Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about.
Fred Willard said he was good friends with Mickey Rourke and was just like blown away when he met him. And Fred Willard's a pretty cool guy. Jim Hendrick says, will they let the public know about the children?
From what I'm hearing, they are. Listen, they should, right? Because there's no way that they can't. I feel like this has to be disclosed. But I feel like when they do, I don't know when or how. I'm not in like the White House talking about this stuff.
Right.
So this would all be speculation, and I'd be completely bullshitting people or lying if I said, yes, it's going to happen this and it's going to be like this. I don't know. I just know that what's happening right now and how it's going down. I don't know if they're going to disclose this. I sure hope they do, because it'd give me some validation to other people.
Yeah.
So I hope they do, but I can't tell you that they're going to. I don't know.
I get that. I'm going to bring in, we're going to go ahead and bring in the phone numbers to call. We got 30 minutes, guys. David, I thank you for the interview, my friend. I appreciate it, my man.
Man, this has been like by far one of the best ones for sure.
Awesome, dude. Yeah, I off the cuff too, man, and it's flowy, boy. I like it, man. I like it. I like it when it's like that. Hey, Lisa Pack in the chat. Thank you so much for the super chat, Lisa. Thank you, sweetie. I appreciate that. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and open up the phone lines, guys. If you have a question, hey, when you call in, all I ask is that you mute your stream when you call in. Secondly, guys, make it quick because there's other people that want to talk to David. And so just be conscientious of the other people on the line. So, question, comment, concern, we'll answer it, and then we'll move forward. I know you guys, you can ask him whatever you want to. If he answers it, he answers it. If he doesn't, he doesn't. That's free will, friends. So we'll give it a minute. Usually it takes a few moments, maybe a minute or two for people to start ringing in, and then it'll blow up here on this.
Show my book real quick.
Dude, you do whatever you want to, man.
All right, so this is the book, When the Lights Go Out.
Awesome. Is that on Amazon?
Yeah, it's on Amazon.
When the Lights Go Out, guys. Hey, we already had a couple people I saw in the chat say they want to get the book. Hit it up, guys. This is basically the last interview where he wanted to go this in depth, and I'm forever grateful, David. I really appreciate your time, bro. Thanks for making this channel the last one to hit those notes. I really appreciate it. Let me go ahead and set this up real quick. So, guys, mute participants on entry. Absolutely. And enable waiting room. We should be gravy with that. So, guys, yes, if you want to contact and talk to David, let me make sure that looks right so you guys can hit it up. Absolutely. I'll move it over here for you. Have you ever thought about doing commentating or anything like that for like Hispanic boxing, anything like that? Because obviously you're bilingual.
Yeah, I'm already doing that. I do it on Impact Network.
Nice.
They just released a boxing series, but we did one show and then they stopped it because of the coronavirus. But yeah, I'm doing that already. I'm supposed to be commentating the rest of the year, but I don't think we're starting up again until August, if I'm correct. But it's on Impact Network, which is kind of strange. It's a religious channel. It's like a gospel channel, and they took on boxing, and they've had really great ratings. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people, like a lot of promoters, like I think Golden Boy and some other ones, Aram, and I believe that from what I heard, mm-hmm. that they're going to be putting their shows on there. Ludabella, all the big promoters are going to be going to Impact and hopefully put some shows on there. So I think there's going to be some exciting. Was supposed to be an exciting year in boxing, but we'll see what happens. So
I think we'll get back to it. And, the president's a huge sports fan. He loves boxing, baseball, hockey, football, all that kind of stuff. Hey, if we have to social distance, we have to social distance for the time being. But I think we're going to pack these arenas out real quick. Hey, if you wouldn't mind, David, Janice Perry just says she just bought the book waiting for delivery. So a big shout out to Janice.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
very. I mean, like, in no way, and people got to believe me on this, in no way am I trying to capitalize on anything, but if I'm here talking about it, I might as well, throw my book out there. Anybody in their right mind would do that. I didn't like make that video a couple weeks ago to none of this is all a surprise to me, dude. Like, I did not expect any of this shit to happen. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. Like, my life has been a whirlwind for like 2.5 weeks.
That's amazing, bro.
Yeah, it's nuts. Like, honestly, like, boxing was one thing, and then like I was just living a peaceful life. It was cool, and then boom, all this attention.
We got a call coming in right now. This is from my boy Polar Bear Smack. Let's bring him into Polar Bear. If you wouldn't mind turning on that mic, I'd appreciate it, and we can talk for a minute if you want to. Go ahead, Polar Bear, if you want to turn that mic on. What do you think about UFC compared to boxing? I feel like boxing was on the way out, and I feel like it's bringing itself back.
I think boxing right now, the heavyweight division is really holding it down for boxing right now. Like, I think Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, they always said, like, boxing, the pulse of boxing is the heavyweight division. I was personally getting really sick of watching Canelo fight and cherry pick all his opponents. Listen, I don't blame anybody not to want to watch boxing. But UFC, I didn't really care for UFC too much when it first came out. I was kind of like, I was a diehard boxing. I was biased. But as I've been around UFC fighters like Nick Diaz and Nate Diaz and all those guys and watched them train and worked with them in boxing a little bit here and there, I've learned to respect the sport a lot more. And I think yes, sir. I think they've got to keep it going the way it is, and I think it's a beautiful sport and it deserves its own respect. Me, boxing, I'm always going to be a boxing lover. I'm always going to put boxing on that pedestal. Mm-hmm. But the close second, my two favorite sports is boxing, and then the close second would be UFC. I kind of put them in the same group. And then, believe it or not, my second favorite sport is tennis, and then third is horse racing.
Dude, tennis is amazing. I'll be honest with you. Never got into horse racing, but I do like tennis big time. I love golf too. Polar Bear, what's up, man? How are you?
I'm all right, brother. How you doing tonight, man?
Doing good, man. David? You're on the line with David.
What's up, Polar Bear?
David, man, good to see you, man. Good to meet you, brother. Listen, man, I'm proud of you, brother, for stepping up and doing what you're doing, man, because a lot of people do not have the balls to do this, man.
And I'll be honest with you. It was an accident. I didn't know that it was going to take off like this. So,
listen, bro, you got a bunch of people that support you right now and they're behind you, man. We are definitely, you know what I mean? So thank you for going, bro. Seriously, man. I don't know if you hear it yet, but you definitely need to, man. It's all right. And for any other superstars out there that are watching too, it's okay. It's time. You know what I mean?
Well said.
I agree. Yeah. Thank you very much, man. I really appreciate the respect, and that actually makes me feel good because, man, you tend to pay attention to you get a lot of positive comments, but you also pay attention to the trolls, and you're just like, dude, what is with these people, man? Like, I have nothing to gain from this shit.
Yeah, man. Listen, man, they're paid for, David, brother. You know what I mean? Somebody's obviously fucking paying these people because it doesn't make any sense, man. It's stupid at this point right now. And you know what? The people are getting together, and I know the people out there are feeling the same way. So you know what, brother? Keep going hard, man, and we support everything that you're doing right now.
Thank you.
I hope you come back.
I'm gonna keep it up, bro. I appreciate that. I like I said, I'm not gonna touch on this subject. It's so disturbing to me. I don't want to keep hitting the wasp nest. I feel like the people could take this movement and really fan this fire to go even further. I feel like maybe it was a spark that I lit along with Mike Smith from Out of Shadows. And like the way we just came together and did this at the same time, I think it raised awareness, and now the sound of freedom is coming out. So it's like a 1, 2, 3 punch. I think, dude, from there, the public is well aware now, and they could take this on their own and research and do what they got to do. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly, man. Exactly what Q's been saying right now. He's been saying, you know what, you're ready, Anon. So, it's not just the Anons, but it's for the whole public. So, thank you, David. No boat, much love to you, brother. Salute to
Thank
you.
you.
I'm not gonna stay
Thank
and
you.
hold the time up, but time is peace, brother.
Hey, Polar Bear, thanks, man. You keep in touch with me, all right?
Definitely, David. I hope you come back to the show, brother. Keep spreading
I
knowledge,
will. If he invites me back, I'll come back. No worries. Thank you so much.
and I keep sharing your video too, man. So my mom's seen it, everybody's seen it. So you get to, you know what I mean? This thing's going far. Yeah.
Absolutely, man. Polar Bear, I appreciate it, brother. All right, we'll talk soon, all right?
Definitely, man. You guys have a good night.
Hey, you too, man. Appreciate it. Awesome. Very nice. Yeah, actually, me and Polar Bear actually do a show on Wednesdays. There's three of us, me, Polar Bear, and Severe Anon. He's a rapper. He's in New York.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so we do a show about entertainment and music, so on and so forth. We got another call right here coming at us. 5539, welcome to the show. 5539, are you there?
Hi, yeah, I'm here. Yeah, how you doing?
Doing good, man. Who's this?
Well, I go by Shaggy Jones.
Shaggy, what's up?
My real name's Pete, though.
Oh, that's fine.
Hi,
What's up, Pete?
David, True Reporting, you guys are really, I think, on the front lines of really breaking a lot of boundaries, and like the previous caller just said, it is time. It's time for a lot of other people to come out. So thank you guys so much for doing what you're doing.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much.
There's no coincidence. There's no coincidences, Pete. There's a reason that he did this. He came into the spotlight. He dips out of the spotlight because, in a way, it is dangerous. But it also shows, it validates what's really going on. My man.
Oh, absolutely. David, I just have a question for you because listening to the stream, I found something that you said very profound. It was the comment about, reading at a college level and teaching the ABCs. Yeah. I've actually been struggling with something like that myself now. Social media being, I guess, the modern day platform of communication for majority of people. You see a lot of what people are posting and how a lot of people are on that ABC level.
Yeah.
Right. And so something I've been struggling with that maybe you have some kind of advice, either one of you guys actually, is how do you kind of get over the desire to wake up, the people that you love, and you kind of don't want to see them go on that wrong path,
Yeah. Well, me personally, I've completely they'll argue with you till they're blue in the face because they're very set in their beliefs. So I don't do it anymore. I save myself the time and effort, and I just go on my own route, and I save the trouble, man, because people have to wake themselves up. And it's like if they're so blind and so deaf to the facts, you can throw some truth nuggets here and there, but don't try to argue with them or debate with them because they'll do this till they're blue in the face, and you
Right.
you have to throw little seeds here and there, and that's it. I don't try to get too deep with them or nothing because it's a waste of my time, and I got other shit to do.
Right.
No, that's great. And thank you so much. Now, it's almost like is it something that maybe I'm doing or maybe not doing that lets me feel like I'm letting everyone down, or I guess actually you kind of just answered it. They gotta do it on their own, right?
Yeah, man, don't worry about them. Save your own soul, dude. Let's just work on your own soul. That's the way I do it. And there's other people that are like-minded like you. To me, it's kind of like the line's been drawn in the sand at this point, and it's going to divide households and friendships and things like that. But I cannot wait. I can only push my energy to a greater good, and I cannot worry about other people because I'm too busy trying to save my own self and soul and have my own peace of mind. I cannot, because listen, every time I've argued with a liberal or whatever, I actually get the better of them because I take them down a different kind of rabbit hole. I take them down the rabbit hole, and then they start thinking abstract. You got to have them you got to start playing fifth dimensional chess with them. You got to start making them think. They got to understand what the globalist agenda is. They don't even know what any of that is right now. They don't even comprehend that. They're just surface level politics. And they think they're the deep thinkers, and that you're wrong, and you like Trump because you're a bigot and you're a homophobe, and and all this crap that they feed you on. They're completely brainwashed, and it's almost like they're under mass hypnosis from the TV, from the television, right? It's almost like they have got them. Have you ever gone to a comedy or gone to see a hypnosis or a hypnotist at a comedy show or whatever, and they put they put their hand up and they make everyone go under hypnosis in the crowd, and you're fine, the person next to you is fine, but the person on the right of you just goes under. It's kind of like that's what the mainstream media does. It's like, you're fine, you don't believe any of the crap they say, and neither does your friend, but you know somebody that gets put under. It's almost like they're walking around in this mass hypnosis, and they don't even realize, they don't even understand why they believe the shit they do. They just know to recite it and regurgitate what they hear.
Right.
Yeah.
Pete, I appreciate the call, my man. I know David does as well.
Can you still see me, or is it because
you're a little dark? I can see you, but if you can hit a light, that'd be fine. That'd be great.
Yeah, let me do that.
Okay. Yeah, we got about 15 minutes left in the show, so hit that light. That'd be gravy.
Thank you so much for your time. I'll get out of here so somebody else can get in. But thank you guys so much for what you're doing, and be safe, and God bless you all.
Hey, Pete, you have a good night, okay, my man? Thank you so much for the call.
Anytime. Thank you. You too.
All right, bye-bye. All right, let's bring in another caller. Oh no, we lost him? Oh dear. Oh no. He cut off his link went out. Nobody's pushing anybody, RGH. Hold on. Yeah, guys, we lost him real quick. We'll go ahead and bring this in. Hey, who's this? Welcome to the show. Hello? 5625?
Yes. This is Ugo. I'm calling from Pennsylvania.
What's up, man? What's your name one more time?
Ugo.
Ugo, what's up, man? How are you?
Wow, I can't believe I actually got through. So I was born in Guadalajara, Mexico.
Yes.
And I had a really rough upbringing. Lived in an orphanage, and I just feel very fortunate that I got adopted, because I do a little bit of research of what's going on in Mexico and the trafficking, and it scares me that I could have been thrown in there, But yeah, I just wanted to call in. I've been listening to you guys, to you for over a year, and Red Pill, and some other channels, and I'm just so grateful that you guys are on this platform, and you guys keep doing what you're doing and spreading the truth, and it's really it's a miracle. I love it. Thank you.
Well, my man, you're doing great, and growing up down there it is very dangerous, and you're very lucky that you didn't get that nothing did happen to you, right?
Yes. And like David was saying, even though I was born in Mexico, I lived in the United States for more than half of my life now, and I served in the Marine Corps, and I try to wake up a lot of my friends who've been in the Corps with me, and they understand the war that we're fighting, and I will say that the military is definitely on the winning side of this battle.
Oh, 100%, man. We actually lost David. He's trying to get back in. So I didn't know if you had a question for him. I could ask him for you, and then when we come back on, you can listen offline or online, whatever you want to do. You have a question for David or any comment? Or
No, it's okay. No, I'm just so grateful I got to talk to you, and just keep doing what you're doing, and God bless you guys. Yeah.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. You call back anytime, and thanks for the support, man. I really appreciate it. Working hard here, man.
Okay. All right. Bye.
All right. We'll talk to you soon. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and bring in another caller. We did lose David, but that's okay. Hey, 7221, welcome to the show. Hey, 7221, could you mute your stream, please? 7221, hello. Oy vey, gotta let you go. Sorry. Let's go ahead and bring in 7288. Welcome to the show. 7288, welcome.
Yo, Thomas.
Yo, what's up? Who's this?
Lenny.
Hey, Lenny. Good to hear you, man. What's up?
Not much, man.
Thanks for calling back after Saturday, too. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, man, of course. Real quick, I'm not sure if you read this, but there's been little nuggets here and there, stories coming out of brothels being raided. Not here in the States. I read a story of a couple brothels in England being raided, and then another one in Lebanon. And then really what my question is, what do you think the possibility is of, the speech a couple weeks ago, General Milley, when he said that we were launching a military operation against drugs.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think the possibility of it being that, it's not necessarily drugs they're going after, it's the cartels and the human trafficking rings they're going after?
Oh, dude, that's exactly what it is. I mean, they have military boats, Navy military ships all over the southern coast. I don't know if we actually know what's really going on. Because I'll ask you this, Lenny, you've been here for a long time, man. If we know, then wouldn't the deep state know? Because we're just plebs, right? And we're not the only eyes on that board, right?
Right.
So it's like, right, I don't really know what's going on, but I know when General Milley came on, we knew it was very serious. So when it comes to that, they're definitely going after these cartels, because what do the cartels do? The cartels are, they're trafficking guns, drugs, children. This is what they do. So of course, they're all underground tunnels as well. So I mean, we can just all, faction and all those things. But I still don't think we know exactly what's going on, because again, if we know, they know, right?
Well, there was one operation POTUS and General Milley specifically talked about. There was a young girl, they said a young woman that was treated very horribly. They said that they had to go rescue. He said he personally went in and rescued her and brought her back.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that was from, I thought that was from Iran or something. No, am I wrong?
Well, I think it was Honduras. I'm not sure. But, she went missing off, she was participating in, a football championship or something. And then she went missing, and then she was kidnapped. And they just said she was treated very horribly. And they had to go in and rescue her and bring her back home.
Wow. Yeah, they're rescuing people all day. Apparently, tens of thousands of people are being rescued right now. You can actually go look on there and look in El Salvador. A lot of stuff is taking place there. Their government is basically turned on the cartel down there, which is huge, massive news. And I think it's going to be coming around here real soon into the mainstream media. But of course, they cover it up because they're the enemy of the people, right?
Right.
Well, Lenny, I appreciate the call, brother. I got a couple more to get to before we end the show, and hopefully we can get David back in on this, all right?
All right, man.
Call back anytime, bro.
All right, man.
All right, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Sure.
Lenny. That's my boy. 5344, what's up? 5344, welcome.
Hi.
Hi, how are you? Hey, can you mute your stream in the background, please?
Yeah.
Are you there?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, what's going on? What's your name?
My name is Maddie.
Maddie, what's up?
Hey, I'm actually new to this YouTube channel. I never saw it, and I saw it on Nino's Twitter, so this is the first time checking you out.
Oh, great. Yeah. Yeah, David, we lost. I'm texting him right now trying to get him back on. If we can, we can't. But, it's I appreciate him nonetheless. Maddie, what's going on tonight? What's on your mind? You have questions go ahead, fire away.
I wanted to ask, so kind of, I'm not exactly super new to this. I just more recently, kind of during the quarantine, had the time to sit down and actually like research some of this stuff. And after watching Out of the Shadows and then seeing his Facebook live stream, kind of realized like, oh shoot, this is real. But my question was more kind of like how he goes about, and I guess this would apply to you too, because it seems like you've done extensive research, but just like keeping a healthy balance and not dwelling too much on like really dark stuff going on, because like obviously you turn to prayer, you try to live a balanced life, but I think at least when I've kind of researched it, it's like I've come across a lot of people who almost seem like obsessive about all like the pedophilia and rings and everything. And I was wondering kind of like your guys' suggestion for like what's a healthy balance and like how do you personally go about keeping that?
Well, when I get overwhelmed, which happens more times than not, because this is basically, I mean, in all honesty, it's a one-man show. It's the thing that really helps me reset is exercise. Whether it be usually I just do cardio. I'm not like a weightlifter or nothing like that. I'm just kind of a normal dude. I do that, and I also like to reset by dieting, exercising, and I do meditation when I stretch before I exercise, and I also, and I do meditate before I go to sleep, with prayer. So that's what I do to reset. Another thing that really helps me is being around friends. I know that during this time that's very difficult to do, but just speaking to friends over the phone is really good for me. Creating. Jesus, if I wasn't able to create, I don't know if you have hobbies like that. Like I don't know if you're kind of on the artistic side, but I love doing stuff like that. And in the end, you can just unplug from social media for a week.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I totally agree. I guess I meant more like with the information intake, is there like, I don't know, I'm just kind of also speaking for some friends of like, is there a balance where you kind of feel like you just need to stop looking into it and where like knowing more isn't necessarily better? I guess that's kind of what I was wondering more about.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's good to, if you're going to get into stuff, I would definitely I would not dwell on stuff that's so negative. Dude, that's very significant to me. When I stake on stuff that is so negative, it really brings down my being and stuff like that. I know I kind of got off topic with you because as of right now, David said it's not allowing him to join back into the exact same thing that he was in, which is kind of mind-blowing me right now. This is
oh, no worries.
Very strange. Maddie, listen, I don't mean to cut you off. I really don't. I'm trying to get him back in, but it looks like it's not going to happen. You're new to the channel?
I am, yeah.
Well, I hope you subscribe and click that notification bell, and you can call in whenever you want about any topic we talk about, okay?
All right, sounds good. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, Maddie, you have a good night, okay? Thank you.
All right. You too. Bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah, I don't know, guys. It says, it's not. There he is. Where'd he go? It just had him. I just had you. There he is. Bruh, can you hear me? You hear me? Turn your mic on. You got to turn your mic on. We can go long, guys. What's the big deal? There's no big deal. I just need you to turn your mic on. There we go.
Phone, sorry.
We got you back. We got you back.
Did we lose like half our audience?
I don't think so. I can look real quick. We can go. I'll make up for the time. We can go about 6 or 7 minutes over if that's okay with you.
That's cool.
All right. Let me see where we're at real quick. We still have more calls. We have calls waiting. So, did we lose? I don't think we lost. Yeah, we didn't lose.
I couldn't get on with my laptop, man. It was crazy.
Dude, that's wild, bro. I don't know. Hey, you're here, and that's all that matters. So we're back. I do want to take some more super chats because people have been super chatting the entire time. We will go to Miami Chris. What's up, Miami Chris? He says Beto doesn't like me much. Beto's now around your area, right? Beto O'Rourke. He's a bum.
Can't stand that guy.
Yeah, he's a bum. Gary Trabant, I hope I pronounced that right. Appreciate it, man. It says, the illiterate of the 21st century won't be those that can't read or write, but those that can't unlearn or relearn. That's a massive statement, my friend. Well said. Yeah, that's very difficult for them to unlearn what they've been, pushed into and what they've been, that they can't relearn. It's hard for them too. I think they could relearn. It's going to be difficult though. Mel C, one of our mods. Mel, you don't have to do this. First, I don't know about other channels, but there is so much love here. Absolutely, absolutely, Mel. Thank you, sweetie. And secondly, to David, nothing is a mistake. Your truth needed to go viral. Well said. Well said. Tara Jones comes at us. True courage is not strength. It's vulnerability. Godspeed and prayers. I like that. Big time. Pale Rider says, much respect. Question. Has David heard of any of the blood drinkers or bloodline Nephilim?
I've heard about that. I don't know like firsthand, but I've heard about it. Yeah, the Nephilim.
Yeah.
The Nephilim. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously he can't get too in depth with that because
that's out of my element. I don't have an answer. I've heard about that like through my own research, but I don't personally know somebody that is in with the Nephilim or would be considered that or
right.
But, I just know what the blood is used for and what you know what I'm saying. I'm not going to sit here and bullshit people.
Right. Well, that's what we don't. Yeah. That some people will come on in here and bullshit, and you not being one of them. Let's go ahead and bring in another caller. Hey, 1516, welcome to the show.
What's going on there, Thomas?
Hey, what's up? Who's this?
It's Mad Dog Show, man.
Mad Dog, what's up, man? What's on your mind? You got a question, comment, or concern for David?
Yeah, I seen his live stream, man, and I really respect him for standing up like he did like that, man. Takes a lot of guts. But these child molesters and pedophiles and all that, their punishment don't end when the judge sentences them. Believe me, I know firsthand experience.
Ooh, exactly.
I went down the wrong road back in the 90s and had to do a little time for drugs, but I've been clean and sober 15 years now.
Nice. But home run.
As soon as they get on the zone, the guard will call up all the head guys in there, and they draw cards, and whoever gets a high card, they deal with them.
What?
They really? Yes, sir. They get their punishment more than you think they do.
David, you're aware of this? Yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah. In prison, that's the thing, man. Like they get handled, dude. That's just like for me. I have there's 3 rules, dude. You don't touch children, you don't touch elderly, and you don't touch animals, dude. Like people that like beat dogs, abuse dogs, or elderly or children. I have no tolerance for those people, man.
No, me either. That's even on the women's side. I know girls from Mississippi that's been in the women's side, and the women even get handled.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've heard of that. Yeah, he's right. He's 100% right. Which, but you got to remember, these people are so high up there that they protect each other, man. These people that are at the highest level. And it's not like these pedophiles that go to the park and like mess with the kid or something. And these pedophiles like buy children. They have money.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, if they get sentenced and go to the federal pen or state pen, either one, no amount of money. It's like John Gotti. He paid the Aryan Brotherhood to protect him. Then the Aryan Brotherhood put a hit out on him. You know what I mean? That's how he got his handled.
You're right.
It don't matter how much money, because when you come in there, it's a mindset. You don't mess with kids, like you said, kids, women, old women, all women.
Women
are animals.
Yeah, women, kids, elderly, animals. It's just, I don't have any tolerance for those people at all.
No, me either whatsoever. All right, man, I ain't gonna take up no more time, but I just want to get that out there. I mean, they're gonna get their punishment in the end. I promise you that.
Do you think Weinstein will get his in the end?
Oh, but yes, he can call protective custody all he wants. He gonna get a little bowel moving in the spoon or urine or whatever. They gonna get him one way or another.
Yeah,
he's right, actually.
Wow. Yeah.
All right, guys.
Hey, great call, man. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Awesome, man. I do. These calls have been amazing tonight. We got another super chat coming up, but from Hubo Jones. Hubo, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, "God, thank you and God bless you, love and light all day long, all day long." David, I don't want to keep you long, my man. I want to thank you so much for being on the show.
Yeah, you know what? You know what's funny is that I'm doing this from my phone now, and I got 8% on my phone. So I'm
yeah, dude. It's all gravy, baby. It's fine, man. Where can people find you? Plug your stuff. Do whatever you want to before your phone ends, and let me know. Let us all know.
Yeah, I'm just starting my YouTube channel, and that's David Nino Rodriguez on YouTube. I'm just starting that, David Nino Rodriguez, and then I'm going to be posting videos on there. I'm going to be doing a show with Lauren Eisenhower. And then I'm going to be doing In This Corner with some friends here in El Paso, where we're going to be talking like all different walks of life and just a no holds barred type podcast. And then Twitter is Nino Boxer, and Instagram is David Nino Rodriguez Official.
Nice.
David Nino Rodriguez Official on Instagram, Nino Boxer on Twitter, David Nino Rodriguez on YouTube.
Absolutely. Real quick, from Sunshine Again 1, David, what's your favorite breed of dog?
Oh, I have two favorite breeds. I have the Mastiff. I love the Mastiff.
Great breed.
I used to breed those. Yeah, Mastiffs, and then I love my pit bulls, man. I have two pit bulls that are just the best dogs. Really, the best dogs I've ever had have been the pit bulls. They've been amazing. So the American Pit is what I got, and I saved him at a Las Vegas shelter. And he's been an amazing dog. His name is Axel. Sometimes asshole.
There you go.
Mainly Axel, sometimes asshole.
That's awesome. Hey, we had a couple people while you were gone. A couple people bought the book. Big super chat just came in last minute. Tara Jones, amazing. She says, they have taken our natural ability to create from the mind through mind control. This prohibits the power of creativity to reach through to the heart and keeping our power. Says here, in essence, they become the false gods, cutting us off from source. We foolishly believed them. Hey, well said. I mean, not completely cutting us off, Tara, but definitely have severed most of the ties for us to have direct contact with source for a long period of time. I really believe that. This is a crazy. I'm gonna butcher this name. Nusitina Teoremina. Thank you for moving it forward. Hey, Nunciatina. Thank you so much for the super chat. That is a new name. Thank you so much. David, my man, I appreciate you stopping by, bro. And hey, many warm, just well wishes to you, my friend. You be safe out there. Take care of your family. You're on the up and up, and God has his hands on your shoulders, bro. I can promise you that. And I appreciate this time with you, man. It really means a lot to me, and thank you.
You're welcome, Thomas, man. Thank you for having me on, bro. Your show's rocks, dude. I love it. I see why it's so popular now. It's good. I felt comfortable. Everything was flowing. I didn't get pushed into any questions. You're awesome, dude. You're great. You're a great host. You got a hell of a future in this stuff.
Well, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for the love. Dude, keep in touch with me. We got each other's numbers. Anytime you want to come back, anytime you want to do, have me on anything, whatever you want to do, man. It's all love in the end. And I appreciate it, dude. And I hope you have a blessed night. All right, my man. Thank you.
You too, brother.
All right, man. Take care, my friend. Thank you.
Later.
Yep. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed it for another edition of True Reporting Live. Tomorrow, the podcast returns. I will be dropping some fire. I hope you enjoyed it. Did you enjoy it? David was a great guy. Great guest. Great questions you guys called in. Thanks to everyone who super chatted. You're hitting home runs, babies. You're hitting home runs for a Monday night. I know you guys are getting back in the swing of things, maybe going back to work, maybe your state's opening up. I appreciate all you guys. I know my base. I know there's a base of us of about 15 to 1,700 people. You guys are always here. I recognize the names. And we're all in this together, baby. We're all in this together. I really hope you enjoyed it. That was going to be his last in-depth interview. And I'm so pleased that he was able to hang out with us tonight. I hope you are too. If you enjoyed it, uppercut. We had a boxer on tonight. World heavyweight champ, son. Uppercut that like button. Don't make sure to subscribe, guys. Make sure you hit that notification bell. I would greatly appreciate it. Remember, you can donate to this channel if you haven't yet. You can go to the super chat down below. I have PayPal. I have Patreon. You guys are the life source. Always understand that. There's also TRUreporting.us. Please, TRUreporting.us. A lot of time and effort went into that. Would you please go there and add it to your favorites, because we're going to start uploading a lot of merch to it any day now, guys. We're going to upload it. Texas is opening up real quick, and that's where we ship our merch into from. So please, TRUreporting.us. Go there, add it to your favorites. There's going to be the thick ankle dog face shirts. There's going to be stickers, babies. There's going to be stickers coming out, as you can see here. We'll go that way with it. You can put them on your car. These are dope. High quality. They're big. They'll look great on a car, on the back of a laptop, on a koozie, whatever you want to do, on a tumbler, whatever you want to do with it. We're going to be coming out with koozies. We're going to be coming out with other stuff. It's going to be great. So, guys, I love you, and I really mean that, and I genuinely appreciate everyone who left a like, who shared this, who definitely donated, and who called in as well. Great questions. I will talk to you guys soon. Okay, I will talk to you tomorrow with a great super chat, and or not a super chat, with a great podcast rather. I'm a little tired, so we'll talk soon, okay? I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a beautiful night. God bless you. Bye-bye.